What's
Alright.
going on, folks? You once again talk when I start recording. I asked so little of you.
I'm sorry. I didn't
I asked
know.
so little. I said, let's get it started, and I hit record. And you decide now
I
what?
was just confirming that I heard you.
What's going on, folks? King of the Dead and Leo the Bitch Boy back again with Invincible Season 3, Episode 7. The Invincible War is here. We got a lot to I always say this, but this time I mean it. We got a lot to unpack here, so let's just get right into it. And Leo the Invincible's attacked. A bunch of evil marks of all varying suits and shit attacked. And as far as all the shit that happened this episode, I'm going to get some cameos that really stuck out to me that I really appreciate. Wolfman, leader of the Wolf Corps. That's a different Image comic, not getting into it, but I appreciate him being here. Best Tiger, the assassin, which now that I think about it, very much looks like Mark. We got Tech Jacket, the hero in space, who somehow... The people in this show, in this episode, that managed to kill a Viltrumite by themselves is fucking impressive. We'll get into that. Then we got the Actioneers. I love the Actioneers. Fucking Kid Thor and Knockout. I love that little group there. Eventually... That's a spoiler, isn't it? Eventually, a character that we know that's in this episode is going to join the Actioneers. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that transitions over well. And one of my favorite characters in Invincible, Brit. Do you know which one is Brit?
The Mohawk one?
No, Brit's that old man with the white hair.
Oh.
His whole thing is that he's just indestructible. He's not even that strong. He needs a jetpack to get around. It's so simple, and they really try to, like, the writers plug every hole. It's just he's invulnerable, invincible, can't kill him. What if no guns, no lasers, not hit him as hard as you want, crack a tank over his head. It doesn't matter. No, whatever nerd weapon you're thinking about right now, off the islands of Mohawk from Who's a Whatsitsville, can't kill him. It's just not gonna work. It's interesting to me that I understand that's how you do shit like this, but they do so few things, like, individually. Like, I mean, like, they don't attack, like, a specific person. They just sort of fly through buildings, and that's capable of so much fucking destruction. And it's very, I love that. I love that. My favorite Mohawk mark was literally just flying through the prison, and just, everybody's free now.
I really like the brutality. I like how we see just how fucking, like, fucked up in the head. Like, you could tell that something isn't right in his head, but at the same time, he's still capable.
Who's
like,
Powerplex?
No, the Mohawk one.
Oh, Mohawk
I'm gonna,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump right quick. But whenever they were talking to you know who, and everyone else is like, "Oh, let's kill him," and he's like, "No, don't do that. Think. Look at me. Think. If we kill him, we'll be trapped here." I do like that.
Yeah,
I do like that he's crazy, but he's still there.
He's lost it, but he's not stupid. He just likes killing. Some of these guys are genuinely dumb, but he's not. And I do appreciate it. As far as all the brawls and where they're all going, like one of them scrapping with Immortal, that somehow leads back to the Guardians base. This one that people are calling racist to Mark because he definitely say a slur is all like, "You're pathetic. I wouldn't even keep you as a slave in my empire." Like, chill, dude. Like, one dude's like, "I killed you once, I'll kill you again." There were some cameos in the comics that didn't make it in here, which interesting. There's one Invincible that fights Spawn, which didn't make it in. Oh. And that's when he says that. That's when he says, "I've killed you once, I'll kill you before." So they switched that to Wolfman, which I'm fine with. Also, do you know who Duncan Rosenblatt is?
No.
Do you remember a Cartoon Network special called Fire Breather?
Yes!
Yep. He was in there fighting an Invincible. And one of them even says in like, "This is what you got from me? The Duncan Rosenblatt in my universe led Legion. So in his world, Duncan is also evil." They're running shit. But clearly, I can understand licensing issues with that. It just couldn't happen. I understand. I'm happy to have gotten Wolfman and Tech Jacket, so I can't entirely complain. But getting into as the Wrecking Havoc and what all they were capable of, I appreciate the ones that you see get killed and how. First off, let me go ahead and get this out of the way because I know a lot of my people, our listeners, are waiting for me to talk about this. Y'all know I'm going to enjoy being right. I told y'all Cecil did the right thing. I told y'all we needed an anti-mark protocol. He took out 4. The anti-mark shit. Wait, no he didn't. He took out 3 because Omnimark survived. Didn't he? Yeah, the one in the Omnimark and the one in the Omni-Man fit survived. Okay, so he took out 3. One of them, the one that's dressed like a Flaxen, immediately. I told y'all this is why we need the anti-mark shit. God damn it. Nobody wanted to listen.
There's 2 things I want to talk about right now. I want to talk about the absolute Chad that Donald is. How he's like, I could go out there. He's like, "You'll die." He's like, "That's what I do." I'm like, that is some hardcore shit right there.
My man.
Oh,
So I don't even know
And
which. Did they even manage to take out one? Like I was trying to keep track. So the Actioneers managed to take out Long Hair Mark. Cecil took out Flaxen Mark and the one in the loose grifter mask Mark. They also took out.
I don't know the marks like you do.
There's one, I think they took out. Yeah, no, I know the one that was dressed like Bulletproof. I believe they took that one. Oh, Powerplex. That's right. That's the one that most surprised me. Powerplex fried one, and I just think that I didn't know he was capable of that. I know why Powerplex is a threat, but you see him like laughing as a maniac as he's standing over a charred one. I don't even know which one. He did so much damage, I don't even know which one that was. This thing, my nigga, I didn't know he could do that.
That's the other thing I want to talk about. Powerplex, when he was getting out of the prison,
and he saw immediately.
Because I know he said finally because Mark was getting beat up and that's what he wanted. But I saw the dude with the hammer. I was like, finally, he's getting hit with a hammer, not me.
He could have very easily left, but he chose to stay. And he's like, my turn, and trying to fry him. And Mohawk Mark, at first I thought Powerplex was a weakling, because Mohawk Mark's like, you don't get that shit out of my face. But then you see him standing over a charred one. I just think, shit, my dude. Tech Jacket took out Viltrumite. There's two Viltrumite marks in the Viltrumite outfit, but one has a mustache. Tech Jacket took out that one, which good on him. Let me think. Any more specific ones I'm going to think about? All right, it's all enough. One gets taken out by Rexplode. When Rexplode is having a conversation with Ray, and he's all like, the Guardians aren't as annoyed by me. I've got a girlfriend. I'm like a really good hero. Things are looking up for me, and I'm actually a really good player. So I'm like, he's fucking dead. And then when he leaves, and he's like, I'll be right back. Oh, he's dead. That's like the number one thing you can say to die.
Yeah. That's what I was like. That's one of the main things that I knew about was Rex inevitable. God damn it. That he was going to die. We knew this. We all knew this. Especially the people that read the comic books. I didn't, but you told me about it. Mm-hmm. I knew he was going to die. Mm-hmm. And seeing what they did with him made me. I actually cried. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a grown ass man, and I cried actual tears when I saw him wiggling around in his body. I was like, oh, I know what's about to happen. Yeah. And the line delivery was just so good. Yep. Instead of just my skeleton, he's like my fucking skeleton, and fucking slowly lights it up. Oh.
And like the way they let him in the comic, we don't see what happens. This fight is just implied. But in this one, you actually see he did all he could. He's throwing everything he can. He's throwing his goggles. He's throwing rocks. He lit up the floor. And while that was enough to break his goggles, as we can see, Invincible's fits are somehow very strong. So it's appreciated to me that you see Rexpo put up that fight. When all else fails, you see him run out of shit. And he lights up his skeleton. And then when that boom goes off, and it's just, even Rex knows, for an explosion that big, not even Rexpo would survive that. I just thought, oh no.
And then seeing Shrinking Ray driving there, trying to get to him. Oh!
Even she was told to stay put, but even she probably knew something's not right. Now that we see what's happening, they thought it was just an explosion or some shit in the distance. But no, learning what's going on, Rex can't take Invincible. Or maybe he can, he just can't take him and live.
Yeah.
But he took one out. He took one out like a fucking champ. I'm actually quite convinced. Had they all been in that room and Rex did that, they'd all be dead. Like, Rex has one surefire way to take him the fuck out, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. He can only do it once, though.
Yeah. You can swim in lava, but only once. Darkwing, by the way, Mark, once again, another reason you were wrong, Darkwing saved the Guardians by taking one out. And I may be mistaken, but I deadass think
the Shadow Realm?
Yeah,
he took him to the Shadow Realm.
Took him to the Ether. And I deadass, I might be wrong, but I actually think we never see him again. I think that's legitimately, he gave his life taking that one out. So I think that's, Darkwing proved himself. That's good. Taking Ian St. Clair out for the Animen was clearly a good idea. Taking Darkwing and putting him on the Guardians, clearly a good idea. Mark, I'm gonna need you to quit being a bitch and shake Cecil's hands. By the way, Leo, I know I noticed wasn't there? Punk ass Luke Cage wasn't doing shit to help anybody. What happened to that fucking neighborhood you wanted to protect so much?
Oh, it's gone. Off the face of the fucking earth.
First stop. Turns out all Invincibles hate him. So they're all their first stops were to whoop his ass. They jumped him.
I do like, since we're getting closer and closer to this, I feel like this is an
yeah, we're deep
time.
Enough in. Go ahead. We're just fully spoiling this.
Can we say his name?
Conquest?
About the Portal dude.
Oh, Angstrom Levi. Yes, Angstrom Levi is behind all this.
that it?
Angstrom Levi? Yeah. Why aren't you speaking? Leo? What happened? He's gone to the void. Darkwing took him. Bring him back, you monster!
Hello?
Huh?
Hello?
What? What was that?
Hello?
What was that black hole that opened just then?
Oh god. Oh fuck. I
What did that
can't even remember. What was I talking about?
What did that monster do
Oh,
to you?
yes.
Leo, wear your pants down. What did he do to you?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I don't want to talk about it. Let's continue
crying?
with the review.
Are you crying? Yes, I'm crying. He hit me with a chair. What were we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about. I was trying to talk about how I like when the last of the marks show up, and they're talking, and we get to see how some are completely evil. Yeah, I like how one is like, I fucking hate coming back here, but the one that has his face completely covered, he's like, some of us aren't the same.
Spider Mark.
I actually have fond memories. Yeah, Spider.
Yeah, the ones that survived are Spider Mark, Mohawk Mark, Omni Mark, Prison Mark, Slur Mark, and Homosexual Mark. I'm not kidding. The one that says I miss William.
Yeah.
Yes, he's confirmed homosexual. Yeah, and so
I kind of figured
they've clearly changed a little bit about it was, but let me go ahead and get into this. In the comics, most marks have a pretty similar life. They get powers. Their dad's Omni-Man, yada this, yada that. They pick their outfit. Their dad turns evil, and they try to be good. And when it comes to the time that he's beating them, probably into the mountain, probably into a riverbed, probably into their home, he's beating their ass, and he goes, "What will you have in 500 years?" And they all say, "You, Dad, I'd have you." And right then and there is what branches off the timelines. Is what Omni-Man does next completely shapes who Mark turns out to be. As we know, our Mark, he left. He cried a little bit and he left and he went to space. That is the only reason our Mark is still good. Other Marks, one of my favorites being Mohawk Mark, gave in. Mohawk Mark gave in and said, "Okay, Dad, you're right." And he joined him. And that's when he also convinced his Eve to join him too. And they were going to say, like, okay, it sucks, but it is what it is. The Viltrumites are coming anyway. We might as well prepare for them. Might as well see if we can reason our way out of this. So Omni-Man and Mark and Eve are on the same side here now. And when they go try to convince the Titans and the Guardians or whatever, they don't agree with this. They say, "No, you're all insane. We're taking you down." And in the fight of Omni-Man and Eve versus the Guardians and them, Mohawk Mark accidentally kills Eve. Because he accidentally kills her, that's when he snapped and he went on a fucking killing spree. He killed everyone, including his dad. And because of that, when the Viltrumites start showing up, he just killed them all. Like not them all, but they run that shit. He runs that shit. They go to Earth. Eventually, we'll go to we'll go to Mohawk Mark's Earth. He's in charge. Like the Viltrumites answer to him, which means he probably killed the Viltrumite leader. So that's his thing.
I see. That's actually pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. And the only other one I know about is Sinister Mark. You know, Sinister one, the worst one with the black and yellow fit with the black eyes, and we see him in Angstrom Levi's flashback. And he's the worst. He's one nobody likes. He's easily the evilest one. Turns out what his dad did after he said, "You, Dad, I'd still have you." Omni-Man picked this man up and flew him across the world and made him watch. Omni-Man made Mark watch him kill everyone. Took him to the Guardians base and slaughtered them in front of Mark, then picked Mark up and took him to the Titans base and slaughtered everyone there. And they eventually got to the point where he took him to their home and killed Debbie in front of him. That's when Sinister Mark snapped. And he killed Omni-Man. Now that's why he's as fucked up as he is. Because he had to watch all that and then kill his father.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, then we have Prison Mark, who after he said, "You, Dad, I'd still have you," Omni-Man picked him up and took him to Viltrumite prison where he'd been tortured the last year. And when it comes to Viltrumite prisons, you have to be killed a certain way. So they were just beating him and burning him and zapping him and throwing him here. That's why his skin singed off like that, and his goggles are permanently burned onto his face. That's his thing. So I'm actually kind of glad he survived. Because imagine being tortured for a year, and then the first time you get out, and not only do you get out, you get to wreak havoc, and this man promised you your own empire if you succeed, and then you get murdered. It's just like, well, shit, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are the only three I know about what happened. So as far as I remember, those are the only three I know. So that's why they all turned out the way they did. It was entirely hinged on Omni-Man.
Also, Spider-Man Mark, what the fuck were you thinking? Did you think Debbie would willingly go with you?
I mean, he's still very much evil. I don't think she had a choice.
I guess that's fair.
All right. How much death and destruction has been happening, and you see all the marks. Also, good shot in the comic, good shot in the show, how they're all stanced up on the destruction they've caused. It's good. But let's get into something more fun. You know my favorite, Mohawk Mark. Which one's yours? Can I guess? I feel like I know which one's your favorite.
Go ahead.
The masochist Mark that was beating up the Guardians and he was like laughing while getting punched in the face.
Almost. I actually do like. I kind of what was the one? He's got a weird head. Wait, what was the one that was flying towards it? Like Oliver caught up with him, and he started laughing. It was like, oh, it's you. He was covered in blood.
Was that not Spider-Vincible? Was that not Spider-Mark?
No.
No, because his mouth was out. Who knows? One of the ones meant to die. Doesn't matter.
I like that one. But Mohawk Mark was growing on me. I like how insane yet it's still there he is. I do like that. I do appreciate
mommy. Meanwhile, he has... I can't spoil it. I can't spoil what he's got going on in his world. It's so fucking funny. Okay, I'll spoil a little bit of this. Y'all, skip ahead a few seconds if you don't want to hear this much of a spoiler. The Mauler... A Mauler exists in his planet, and he hates that Mark because Mark won't kill him. He just waits for him to start building the tech to make a clone, then Mark shows up and breaks it every single time. Like that's how he is. That's how Mohawk Mark is. I could kill you, but it's funnier to watch you struggle. And I really appreciate it. God, I love him so much. But alright, yeah, Angstrom Levi traps him into their dimension. Mark has a fight with Angstrom Levi, which I fail to see what how do I put it? While Angstrom Levi clearly was trying to trick him into going into one of those portals, which, man, that's a fight you really got to have your head in the game. One fuck up, and you're gone. And everyone you know and love is dead. I appreciate that. But I feel like he didn't really have a much of a game plan past what happens when this Mark gets close to you. Because the second Mark got his hands on him, it's like, wait, Invincible, wait, I can explain.
It's like, wait, no, please, don't do it. Wait.
Let's talk about this. And it looks like Mark was gonna snap his neck, but he got away. And he'll be back. Clearly, he'll be back. Conquest shows up at the end of this.
Oh yeah, the big guy.
Voiced by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Conquest is the oldest living Viltrumite. He's tens of thousands of years old. He has lost his fucking mind. He's not right in the head. Now, clearly, he'll follow orders and shit. But he's not right in the head. That's why he shows up. He's all like, kneel for my arrival, worm. He's not. He was hoping Mark would fight back. And Mark is ready for that goddamn fight. I love it. Next episode's about to be some heat.
Especially as like, I'm so mad I want to hit something. He's like, good. Yes. Punch me.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you're watching The Walking Dead, but Jeffrey D. Morgan's character in The Walking Dead, whose name I cannot remember. Regan, I think it is. He kills Stephen Hegan? Hegan, yeah. He kills Stephen Hewn by cracking his head open with a bat. In The Walking Dead, that's Mark's voice actor.
Oh.
They're back again. Round 2, baby. I like it. But all in all, it's getting way too long. I'm not cutting shit. Okay, I'll have to cut some things out, but I'm not cutting most of this out. Usually we talk for like 30 minutes and I trim it down to like 15 to 20. Fuck it. This episode was an event. We got to give our respect to all these marks, all the people that fought, all the cameos, the sacrifices that were made. This is one of the best episodes of the entire goddamn show. Truly, from beginning to end, this shit was amazing. The only flaw that I really have with it is fuck Eve's dad.
Honestly, like, bro, he was just chilling, like, trying to make sure she's okay. And then he's about to leave, and he's like, I want a moment with my daughter.
We want some privacy. Oh, you lucky. Ooh. All right, Leo, anything else you got to say? Anything else?
Man, fuck Immortal. Fuck Duplicate.
Didn't he take one out? Oh, fuck, Duplicate? I want to say Immortal. Who was the one he was fighting in the desert with the mummy? But then we saw him fighting a different one at the Guardians Glow. That means he took one out, didn't he?
I guess so, but still fuck him.
All right, fair enough. They are all we can tell that our Mark is the strongest, but they are all of varying strengths. Maybe he caught a weak one. Maybe he caught a little weakling. Oh, yeah. All right, I guess that's it. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening, however you're doing it. Me and Leo will clearly be back with the next episode. For you, if you thought Mark caught an ass beating this episode, ooh, just you wait till the next one. Yeah, King of the Dead and Leo the Madman signing off till next time.